What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and in this video I'd like to talk about you, the savvy crypto investor. Hopefully we're savvy, right? And the state of the crypto markets as it stands today, the 19th of October. It is Sunday. We are having a positive Sunday. We've seen a lot of green Sundays really since July. I feel like Sunday has been pretty kind on average to the crypto markets. There's times where it's not, of course, but it's not a guarantee. But typically what follows these nice green Sundays is a little bit of a pullback on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Sometimes we do, oftentimes enough, we do get those pullbacks. It's exciting. The market is exciting right now, and I think it's very healthy to see this recovery in the markets and some optimism come back. But again, remember, the bears were the loudest at the lows, right? They're the absolute loudest at the lows. The bulls right now are being very loud. Might we be at a relative high point? I don't know. It is the 19th. The 29th, 10 days from now, is when Jerome Powell will announce that the Federal Reserve is deciding to cut interest rates. We all know it. We're all expecting it. And with that, the fact that we're all aware of this, it tells me that we will likely see some kind of sell the news event around then. I wouldn't be surprised if we pumped going into this event, but because everybody's expecting it to be a positive outcome, what will likely happen is that the benefits of this rate cut, at least in the short term, will be priced in by the announcement. That's where buy the hype, sell the news comes in. Okay, we're going to hear about the rate cuts. Perhaps that day, the 29th, we get a nice pump up, a pop up. We see a nice move up. I would expect shortly thereafter we do move down. We correct a little bit. I do believe largely across the boards in the markets that we have found our lows. Whatever crypto you're looking at, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever, I think that we have found our lows. But it is acceptable, and it's something that we should consider, that we do have slightly lower lows to go. So really, you need to be prepared for anything in this moment right now, right? I really think that the thing that we should most be prepared for is the prices of crypto to increase at a dramatic pace, to kick off alt season, to kick off this finale phase, the bull run actually coming to life in full force. We should be the most prepared for that. But second to that, we should also be prepared for some turbulence up ahead, right? There is still a lot of leverage positions on the table. As far as longs and shorts go, especially shorts. There are more shorts than longs at the moment, which is nice. You want to see that. Whenever the markets are heavily leveraged, we can see volatility come in to shake out all these positions, right? People lose money, open interest goes down, we begin to rally. That's typically what happens. Doesn't have to happen that way, but that's typically what happens. So again, it's important to be kind of prepared for anything right now. I am, and I think a lot of other people are probably calling for the low to be in at this point across the board for the markets. But again, just because we have the FOMC meeting on the 29th doesn't mean that tomorrow or the next day we can't shake out the markets a little bit. We really could see Bitcoin and the rest of crypto drop a good bit on Monday or Tuesday. They could drop a good bit and then rally and see a green week by the end of the week come Sunday, let alone the 29th, which is a little bit over a week from now, right? It's 10 days. That'd be, what would that be? Would that be Tuesday? It's on Tuesday, I'm pretty sure, or Wednesday. One of those. I think they do it on Tuesdays. I am expecting that we'll move up overall between now and then. So regardless of lower lows, higher highs, whatever it might be, we are going to be moving up between now and the next 10 days going into the end of this month. I think November is going to be spectacular. But again, remember what I said. It's very likely that after the FOMC meeting, because everybody's anticipating this rate cut to be good news, it's very likely that afterwards we sell the news. You buy the hype, you sell the news. And it might not be the day of the meeting. It might be the next day. It could be the day after. It could be 2 days before, depending on how we look, right? Depending on our indicators and stuff. But I would expect some volatility on that day nonetheless. If we're going to move down after the announcement, we're going to sell the news afterwards, that might imply then that we open up the month red. And I actually want to show you guys something real quick. It's very common, and I think it's actually good to open up a month red. I think that whenever you open a month, you would hope that it opens to the downside, because typically, let's just look here, okay? We're going to do a brief analysis. Typically, if we look at all these green months, do you see what they all have in common? At least most of them. They have a little wick to the downside. Not all of them. Some of them don't really have a wick to the downside, but most of these green months, there's some kind of wick to the downside, right? It's not a requirement. You don't need a wick to the downside in order to move up, right? We didn't have one here. You barely had one here. You didn't have one here. But most of these green months, if you notice with Bitcoin, they do have wicks to the downside. I forget what it is, but it's basically psychological warfare, right? It's what's the word I'm looking for? It's just something that psychs people out. Whenever you open up a month to the downside, you see that red. it really gets you set up for a big wick, which ultimately this looks better with that big wick down there than just closing the month, opening the month here to there, than just the body itself, right? The body itself, if this month happened, for example, but without the wick, it's still a bullish candle. It's still closed up higher, but it's just that much more bullish with this wick to the downside. So starting off a month to the downside, it's kind of a superstition, less of like a but it's a superstition based in statistics. It really is a statistically based superstition. It's nice to see a month open up red. And again, I'm stuck on this point because if the FOMC announcement is on the 29th of October, we have 2 days left after that, 30th, 31st, and then it's the end of the month, and we buy the hype, we sell the news, it's very likely that going into November, we open up the month to the downside, which is actually a good thing, but it's something to be aware of. Again, just because we're on the precipice of this fantastic rally that everybody needs to be fully allocated in the markets for, you don't want to be sidelined at all, you don't want any dry powder because we're going to move through the freaking roof across the board no matter what crypto you're holding. Altseason's coming. The Bitcoin bull run, Ethereum bull run is coming. Even though that's all true, there will be turbulence along the way. There will be moments where lower highs might seem like a thing, where this could be the beginning of the bear market maybe, and you're going to hear people at probably this next high point at the end of this month going into the beginning of November, you're probably going to hear people say, this was that chance to get out, right? This is the lower high, the first lower high of the bear market. I can already see people calling for that now when we're up at higher levels here. I don't think we'll be at new all-time highs by the end of October, but I do think we'll be at higher levels. And people will probably say that was the exit point. That was the secondary sell. Don't fall for it, okay? Do not fall for it. Don't listen to the news. The news is going to lie to you. Just sit on your hands, invest, and be prepared for what's coming, right? And the best way to prepare for what's coming is really to shut the charts off, look away, go away for like 3 months, come back at the end of the year, come back in the very beginning of next year. I have a theory that this next run is really going to last until the beginning of January or the end of January, somewhere in there. There's something else that I wanted to say, and I got sidetracked on it. Can't remember what it was. It was something to do with people being bearish. I can't remember. Oh yeah, the fear and greed index, right? Fear and greed index here. We're at some of the lowest levels. We're at a 27 on the fear and greed index, the lowest levels that we've seen since April, which was when we were at our last point here. Again, even if the price goes lower, even if we see a lower low, I don't care. We're bullish. Rate cuts, end of this month. Rate cuts, end of this year. There's going to be more rate cuts, okay? Everything is on sale right now. It's important to be allocated and get involved in something, because if you don't park your money in something quick, you're only going to be buying at higher prices, okay? There was something else I want to say, and I'm forgetting it, so I guess I'm just going to have to end the video there. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. If I could surmise this video in just one sentence, I would say, get your money in crypto now, and don't mess it up. Just hold. Just hold. I don't care what you're holding. But if I had to give any input, I'd say there's 3 sectors to really pay attention to over the coming months, and that is DeFi, decentralized finance, AI, and anyone want to guess what the third one is? I'll leave you time for the game, for the sake of it, right? It's fun. Guess, what is it? You're wrong. It's gaming. Gaming. Decentralized finance, AI, and gaming, I think, are going to be the 3 top performing sectors of this market cycle between now and the end of the cycle as time goes on. Get your money, park it in something. Hopefully it's in one of those 3 or all of those 3 if you're smart and you're diversified. I got nothing else. Hit the like button, subscribe, take care of yourselves. None of this is financial advice. Really, this is just a video saying prepare for anything. Don't let the media lie to you or convince you that it's the end of the cycle. We are about to see things kick off for real. It's going to be intense. This next 6-month period is going to be very intense for the average crypto investor, okay? What was it? There was something that I had to say. I just can't remember what it is. Whatever. I'll think about it, and then I'll post it on X or something. Take care. Bye-bye.